Good morning, guys. Stop saying So I kind of got through my backgrounds. The last half of it, I was so tired. I could burnt myself out. Anyways, doesn't matter. Now we're going on to people again, which I can whip through, which is cool. So, God, I love coffee. I'm going to be focusing on emotions, expression, and expressing emotions through pose. So a lot of this is going to be very gestural, and what that does is it allows me to move. If something's not working, I can move on to the next pose. Like, don't beat a dead horse, is kind of a saying I keep with. If something isn't working in in an image that you're drawing, let it go. Do the Frozen thing. Just let it go. You take what you can and draw it again. Like, beating yourself up and trying to get this one thing that is just not working, fixed. If you can fix it, if it's just a couple of little lines that maybe, okay, like if I do this, it'll be a lot better. But if you're struggling and you're spending more than like 10 minutes, okay, I'll give you a bit more because that's me. Like if you're spending more than like a half an hour just trying to get one part of a drawing done, get another piece of paper, redraw it out, because you'll be able to just get a scrap piece of paper even, or use another page in your sketchbook and try and do like a small figure or like one of these little small drawings, or try and do like another quicker version of the drawing that you're trying to get across. And what you'll find is that you'll probably be able to draw it better, and then you can go back to your good drawing. Say you're working on like a really good piece of paper or something, you can erase out what's not working, and then you can start to rebuild the working sketch on that drawing. Now, this is why people do thumbnails before they go into big compositions. They'll work out their posing, they'll work out maybe a little pinup. They'll do this whole workup where they'll figure out their posing, look at their background elements. A lot of times they'll be tighter than this. I'm just using a really fat, floppy brush pen, so I'm not really getting the tight details. Anyway, so people build from thumbnails and then they'll go up and do the bigger drawing. And even drawing your figure on another page and then transferring it on to watercolor paper or your illustration board, whatever you're doing, that's another thing you can do. I don't do that because I'm lazy and I don't like all the middle steps. There's only been a few illustrations where it's just been there's so many elements in the illustration that I've done that with. If you're on my Instagram or my Twitter account, Wedge from the Manosaurus, the drawing I did of him, or painting I did of him, and the Tolarian professor, those two drawings I had to I did my thumbnail, I blew up my thumbnail on Photoshop, and then I took that, printed that out, took that sketch and transferred it onto my watercolor paper with a light box. So it all depends on what you're doing. Anyway, just trying to fill this page with stuff. Oh Lord. So when you're drawing emotions and expression, a lot of times how do I say this? You have to think about the underlying muscles and the forms of the face. I know a lot of anime, they have the really expressive faces and the mouths are huge and all that shit. But if you want to get into doing believable emotions on figures, if you're not completely 100% into anime, even if you are, it's better to learn like the muscles in the face and what the muscles do in the planes of the face, because those are things that will help you when you're doing your drawings. Sorry, I can't focus on drawing and doing the talking at the same time. Anyway, so if you're understanding like the planes of the face and the way the face turns in space and the way the muscles work and the way the mouth works and that kind of thing, and what muscles actually affect expression, you will have a better understanding of how to draw emotions. And transferring expression into body language is the next step. So can't really see that drawing, it's very bad, but anyway. Whereas if you can get your body language reading the emotion, that you'll have much better expression. Like you'll be able to communicate expression a lot easier if you can get it into the body and into the posing. Resources for that, very hard to come by. I am looking for more resources for expression and emotion. I know there's a lot of stock photos on DA. Certain people do that, but you have to, if you're going to use a stock photo and you're going to like really hardcore reference the stock photo and you're going to post it, always give credits to the photographer and the model. That's just, it's common courtesy. Always do that. If you're using it and you're referencing it for like comics and stuff like that, just don't make it look like the person and you should be fine. But again, if you're going to post it, always give kind of a shout out to whatever resources you are using, especially if they are independent creators, because that's a nice thing to do for people. I know there are like DeviantArt is the best for stock photos. People that professionally like get in costume and do expressions and emotions and poses, and they post it online, and it's absolutely wonderful. Like those people help artists, and always throw them like some support, or I don't know why I'm drawing boxes again. Like some credits. And get rid of my handy-dandy sketchy things. So, what features affect emotion the most? Eyebrows, eyes, and mouth. I know that's probably a common sense thing, but you don't forget the nose. The nose can do little tweaky things like scrunch up and stuff like that. Or now for body, the shoulders, hands, legs, it depends on what the pose is, but mostly like the upper torso will express more emotion than the lower torso. Like stomping a foot and stuff is a good example of lower body emotion, but mostly it's the upper torso that you're going to have your expression. Your shoulders are an incredibly expressive portion of the body, and the hands can also be incredibly expressive. You can express an emotion in a hand without the face involved. Like if you have a panel and you have like a really tightly clenched fist, that can, like, you have that clenched fist, and then you see like the juxtaposition is an image next to another image that references the past image. Anyway, so you have the juxtaposition of that with like a frowny face or like eyebrows, like just, or like a growling mouth. And that kind of thing. It kind of like, this guy's angry. Like, those are things I'm talking about. Like, this guy's like, hey, what the hell? The shruggy shoulders. That kind of thing, you know, like, body language, it's a thing. Anyway, if you're having trouble referencing an emotion, you can't find reference, find a full-length mirror or find a mirror and do the expression yourself and sketch it. Like, animators from Disney do this. They'll have like a little mirror right next to them, and then they'll be like, "Mrr." And then they'll be drawing the emotion, because they need to see the movement and the in-betweens, and a lot of times reference isn't going to give you that movement or the in-between. So reference yourself, like, you are probably your greatest reference. So you can do your own emotions and you can put them on different faces, because the muscles will move the same. And body language, you can do upper torso body movements. Like, a lot of times, like, hey, the shrug, or like the shaking of the fist in anger or triumph. Some triumph. Victory is mine. And confidence. Yes, I got the thing. But expressing your emotions through body language it's better for illustration purposes. And if you want to get into animation, knowing how to express movement and do your expressions, and showing the movement, like expressing through like a pantomime character that doesn't talk and doesn't have a face, that is where this comes in really well. Like, do you remember Carpet from Aladdin? Carpet is a complete pantomime character, but he's so full of emotion. Like, he just, oh, like, he's just got this amazing expression. I forget the animator's name. Oh my god, I'm so, like, I'm so bad at remembering names, but the man who did animated Carpet, he brought that character to life through pantomime and through expressing emotion through body language. So it is a really important aspect to drawing, and you guys should work on it. You can do it with these the quick figures I showed you how to draw. Like, you can do like little stick figures, you know, and if you can communicate emotion like that without even putting a face on, you are going to be a wonderful artist. And if you have to work harder on it, that's okay. This took years for me to understand and to get. And anime is good to watch because they can do the really expressive poses and stuff, and you should learn from that. And also learn from North American animation, and watch some French animation. Like, watch animation from all over the world and you'll see the same thing. They're using body language to express emotions as well as facial expression. I think this video has gone on long enough. It's a 15-minute video. Subscribe if you haven't. If you have any questions or suggestions for videos, please leave it in the comments below. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will do another video later today. Or maybe tomorrow. I kind of have work to do today. Alright, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.